I really hate snow. We got a bunch of it here this month. You hear me breathing hard? It's because I'm fat. I don't have COVID. Anyway, this is what it's like at the shop on the outside. I just got done doing my day job. If you ever wonder why it takes so long to get some things done around here, I don't have a plow truck to plow this out, so we gotta rely on four-wheel drives. Only a couple of us here that have four-wheel drives, me and Wes. Make my way over to the pickup and go home for the night. So nothing gets done here today. Anyway, there's my 24-footer there that I need to redo probably this summer. And my 16-foot mold. And a little bunny rabbit just went running across. But it's hard walking in all these tracks. And I got to be careful not to trip. I got to defrost this thing. Yeah, another long day. I'll be glad when spring's here. Anyway, here we go. I don't feel like scraping the windows. I'm just gonna sit here, let it warm up, let the ice melt. It's a balmy 14 degrees out. Yeah, and I have a sensor out for my tire pressure. And I've got her locked into four-wheel drive. But anyway, we'll get her defrosted. We'll take a walk through the other shop and I'll show you some things up there. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and let this melt for a little bit. It's been a long day. Let's see if we can do this. Whee! Okay, I do like four-wheel drives. Hey. Oh. Alright, we're up to the plowed part. Alright, let's go inside. Okay, inside the front shop, we have a project for when basically when we're done with all the California boats, including the red one. This needs to come in. It's a local friend of mine. He's got this Checkmate 253. It's got some soft spots in the liner in the liner. Basically from having snap-in carpet where the snaps were screwed into it, it basically rotted out the balsa in the liner. And so it's got some soft spots in it. And we're gonna take up the floor and fix that for him. And we're gonna check the gas tank out there and make sure it's not leaking. But this, we're looking at, I was wanting to get it in here in February, but with all the weather and everything that we got going on out there with the extreme cold and all the snow, It's looking like March now. And this is the trailer, the car trailer that was my dad's and is now mine. It's been around forever, from back when I had my first business. He bought this a long time ago to move cars on, and we've moved so many things on it. And just a couple years ago, we finally put the second deck wood on it. The wood actually lasted till just 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Anyway, it is now mine. He's gave that to me. Actually, it was willed to me. Anyway, let's continue walking through the shop here. Okay, what we have over in this room is I forget what year this is. I'm thinking a 71, I'm going to say. 71 Checkmate Jetmate. I'd have to look it up. 71, 73, something like that. It's a really pretty thing. It's supposed to have a big old honking motor back there. Jet drive's laying in it there. The rest of the parts are here behind me on the table. But this is in here. We haven't decided yet what we have to do to it yet. It's a project that we picked up from someone else, but when we get done with those California boats over there, the 253 out there and this one, these will both go over to the other shop and we'll get to work on them. I think this one just needs to be reassembled, because I think the stringers and the transom and everything's already been replaced in this. It just needs reassembled. I mean, the deck's already on it. It needs fastened. But so I think it just needs wired and the engine put back in. The interior is over here behind me. There's the hatch. But the other stuff's behind me here on the table. But yeah, this is that big brown room. We still haven't scrubbed the stuff off the ceiling yet and painted those or hung up any LEDs, but we'll get to that here. That deck mold over there is for a 15-footer. The hull to that is in the spray booth that's on the other side of that wall. I'd like to get to that this spring too. We've obviously got to put a wheel on it, but I want to build a few of those. But yeah, this room cleaned up nice. It's going to be a good looking little building. We're going to spray them up in the other room and bring them in here and laminate them, and then probably take them out there where the 253 is and pull them, put them on a trailer, roll them over the other building and put them together. And then out there, that'll be like storage in that room, and then up front will be upholstery. So it's a mixture of things. It's not an ideal setup, but it'll do for now. So anyway, I do like this purple. I do have this purple flake, should he happen to want to respray this, but it is looking pretty good. We'll see about just buffing it up. I think he's got some more boxes of parts to bring in. Like I said, the jet drive's there. He's got a motor to put in it, and it's going to be a pretty thing. On to the next room. Okay, up front in the, I'm going to say upholstery room, what we've got is, well, we got the start of our upholstery collection. We've got some rolls of vinyl, some carpet. I've got an interior for a yellow boat already on the wood. I've got another one in the box for a white boat, which we'll get to sometime here. Over there, we've got just stuff that we've collected from around the back building that we needed out of there to make room. Obviously, in the wintertime, we don't really need the fans back there, so we brought them up here to make room. And we got that bratwurst up here. I need to take that back there here shortly, and we're going to gel coat it and smooth it up and send it on its way. The other thing we need to do up here is move that countertop over some so we can get in and out of that office better. That's going to be my office. But up here is where the sewing machines are going to be. And yeah, and we're going to change these lights out for LEDs, because that one up front there is going to drive me nuts flickering. But it's coming along. We got rid of a couple things that are in here. It needs painted. This is the only room we haven't painted yet. Well, that in the office. But at least I finally figured out where the light switches are. They put them, and I don't know if you can see this, way up in the corner, right there. Right there in the corner of that light. I'd have gone around here for 3 months and never found that switch. But my buddy Wes did. He come in here, and it was like, I think he took him a couple hours on the first night he finally found it. But yep, I might move that switch too, because that's great. I'm going to change the lights in this room too. I intended to let my dad and my brother store their bikes in here for the winter, and they only got 2 of them in here. My brother's other bike is still at his house. This spring he'll come and get that. But when the bikes are gone, I'm going to turn this into a storeroom. I've already started kind of doing that with windshields. I needed to get them out of the back shop because they were in the way. But these are windshields for some bigger boats. Anyway, that one right there, I'm going to be buying, because that when my dad brought that up here, that was his last ride on it. So last year he had liver cancer, and back around Thanksgiving he got an infection and had to go to the hospital, and it wasn't long after that he just got worse and worse. And December 9th, well, they brought him home, and December 9th he passed away at home. I think pneumonia, just from being weak. But I'm going to buy that bike and ride it this year. But that was the last time he got to ride it. It was when he rode it to here.
One of the things I found out from his best friend was he wanted me to get out of trucking because he knows that's why, part of the reason why I'm so big. And it is because I've gotten out of trucking before, and as soon as I get out of trucking, I lose weight. And last time I was out for a couple years, and I went all the way from 450 down to 380. So that's it. This is my last winter trucking. I need to do this. He's told my friend, or his friend, and my friend actually, that trucking's getting away of me doing these boats. And he knows I could do them, and I could do them and make money at it. And he's seen me get a good start. So that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Anyway, this bunch of stuff was cluttering up the back building. We need the room. Bunch of personal stuff. Fenders for one of my Sparks. Bunch of boat magazines. I've got Hot Boat, Speedboat, Performance Boats, some old records. But this is fun here. Some toy boats. A couple molds for toy boats, so I might get into that. And then back there is some interior storage. I'm renting that out to a buddy of mine. He's got a big Checkmate 330 ZT he's working on, and he's using that to store his room. And when he gets done with that, then we'll convert that to like a place where everybody can take their break, because that's one of the things the girls are complaining about. Where are we going to have our break room? Well, somewhere. One of these days when we get a bigger building, you can have a break room, but you know, until then, probably right there. Anyway, that's pretty much the shop. This is just one of the little rooms that stuff's going to pile up in until I get rid of it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. Hopefully I can get something done this weekend. It's freaking cold out here. Let me tell you how cold it is out there. I tripped this morning walking from my pickup truck to my semi, and I didn't have gloves with me, and I had to push off from the snow, and my fingers, the snow was so cold, my fingers burnt, and they were numb and tingly for a good 3 hours. And I only had my hand in the snow for probably a minute, just trying to get up off the ground. I wasn't all the way on the ground, I was just on my knee. But it just took that long to get up out of the snow, because I was out there in the tire tracks. I need to have somebody plow back there. Next year, we will have a plow. And we will have heat in this building. I mean, we have heat, but we will have a back heater fixed. We have heat in the front, but we will have the back heater fixed, and we will have a good heat source in the back building. So little by little, boat by boat, that's the way it goes. We'll get there. But I definitely plan on retiring from trucking. I've been doing that stuff for 30 years. It's time to quit. Time to move on to this. This is what I've been wanting to do anyway. It's time to do it. Thank you all for watching.